What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Cigar Side Chats. My name is Felipe, and today I'm really excited to be reviewing the CAO Amazon Basin Extra Añejo. Now, before I tell you anything more about the cigar, I want to give Roger at the Working Man Cigars a big shout out for sending this over. And I wouldn't have been able to do this review without him being so generous and sending this to me. I will have his information down below. Please give him a follow. If you like my content, you'll definitely enjoy his. I will say he's definitely one of my favorite cigar YouTubers that I personally get excited every time he posts, and it's been great for the last 2 months that I started my channel. I've been able to actually talk to him more, and I genuinely consider him a friend. Really nice guy, and really appreciate it. So thank you, Roger. I'll have his information down below. Now, about the cigar, it's an absolutely incredible, beautiful cigar here. If you see here, in lieu of a cigar band, it actually has roped up tobacco, which is incredibly unique. I've never seen anything like it. And the cigar itself is unique because it has a very rare tobacco from a remote region of the Amazon rainforest known as Brigancia. Now, this tobacco is grown in the Amazon, and what's unique is it's only harvested every 3 years. So once they harvest the leaves, they roll it into tubes known as carochis, which then get fermented for 6 months, and then from there it gets put on a canoe in the Amazon River and brought over to Nicaragua, where the rest of the blend gets pulled and rolled and put together. Speaking of the blend here, this is a very interesting one. I've never had a cigar remotely close to it. It has a Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, a Nicaraguan binder, and the filler is Brazilian Bragança, Colombian, and Dominican. So very unique. I'm really looking forward to this one. So I'm gonna get it cut up, lit up, and we'll jump right into it. It's got a really nice double cap on there. Wow. So it's not often that you, for the cold draw, just to test the draw, it's not often that you get this. There's a very uniqueness here. Now, cold draw, I don't really care for usually, just because that's going to change as soon as you light the cigar. But this, I've never had a cigar with this unique cold draw. The best way I can explain it is very earthy. It kind of reminds me of like chocolate cherries. I don't know if that's going to translate at all, but I've never had a cold draw like that, and I definitely want to give that a call out. Before I give you my first impressions here, the CAO website recommended single malt scotch as a drink pairing. I'm not a huge scotch person. If you have any recommendations for some, let me know. The ones I've tried aren't great, but I do, however, have some straight rye whiskey, Sazerac rye, and when it gets colder here, I usually like to stick to bourbon, but when it gets colder, I always get more on the rye side of things. And cheers. I figured it would be a good pairing, and we'll see how that goes. So first impressions is interesting. So first impressions, this is really nice. Now, I love earthy cigars, earthy coffee, earthy, and this from light up, super earthy. On the retro, I'm getting kind of a white pepper. It's really well balanced, so it's not bothering me at all. Still getting a little bit of that sweetness there too, which is interesting. The best way I can describe it is like the red cherries, not fresh cherries, but there's a term for it, but I don't know. But I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Like Shirley Temple, you get that cherry. I get a little bit of that. It's not as sweet, but that's what it reminds me of right away. Yeah, tons of earthy flavors there. Getting a little leather, really nice earthy flavors. So I'm going to continue smoking this, and I'll come back to you after the first third. Finishing up that first third here, it is really nice. It's very earthy. It's really what I'm getting here. It's funny because on the retro, it's kicked up a bit. I would say it's almost like a red pepper, which I would usually be like cautious about, because pepper is usually not what I go for. However, it's so well balanced that you get that little red pepper, and then you get coffee instantly. Dark, rich coffee, and it's super, super creamy. The smoke is creamy. You get that aftertaste, really, really nice there. But yeah, first third here, super earthy. Still getting that sweetness, like I mentioned earlier, that kind of chocolate sweetness, and it's been really nice. The ash is absolutely beautiful, and it's smoking like a dream right now. And yeah, I was excited for this. I love that this blend is unique, and it has the Colombian and the Brazilian tobaccos here. And I thought it was neat. I wanted my wife to try it. My wife's from Colombia and I'm from Brazil, so I thought it's nice to be able to try tobaccos from our homeland. But I've never had a cigar quite like this, where it's earthy. It has pepper, it definitely does, but it's so well balanced that I don't mind that at all, because the creaminess kind of takes its place. And drinking it with this rye whiskey is really, really nice. That smokiness is really elevating everything. So I'm kind of sipping it throughout, but I'm going to continue smoking this, and we'll see what happens on the second third. So I currently have a giveaway happening right now. I'll announce the winner on Friday. If you want to learn more about it, I'll link the video up above me here, and you can see how you can enter to win. It's my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It's just a small way for me to say thank you for watching and subscribing. So if you want to learn more, I'll put that above, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm enjoying it a little too much right now. I'm smoking it too fast, so I'm gonna let it so I'm gonna give it a little break here, and I'll keep it super short today. On the chat side of things, one thing I do want to say is something I've been thinking about. I created this channel 2 months ago, had no business doing it. I am not qualified to do any of this, and I did it anyways, and absolutely loving it. Met some incredible people, made some really cool friends, and I'm excited to see where that goes. Now, I wouldn't have gotten here if I didn't actually act on something. Now, a lot of my friends that I've talked to and people in my life, they're always like, why cigars? I mean, you could do other things, especially when they learn how YouTube is strict about this kind of content. But it's something I'm really passionate about, and it's something that I get really excited about. And there's nothing quite like that I want to be making content on. So this is what I chose, and I'm so glad I did. But I guess all that to say is, if you have anything you want to do, or you think you're not qualified, or you can't do it, or you're hesitant because what will others think, and I'll be honest, no one cares. In the best way possible, no one cares. People in my day-to-day life have no idea, and those that know, they're going on with their lives. So don't allow that to stop you from doing anything you want to do, because I'm really glad I did this. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, and I finally acted on it, and I am absolutely excited about the future of this channel. And my favorite part is connecting with people that are watching and people that really love cigars the way I do. So that's really it. That's what's been on my mind lately. Finishing up that second third here, what I will say, I've never had a cigar like this. It's super unique in my opinion. Getting a ton of cream here on that second third. It is burning uneven, but that's probably on me. I was on my phone. I dry boxed this, so I did try to do it. I think that's just because I had it sitting here for a little longer than it should have. Sorry if you hear rain in the background. It's pouring right now, but super creamy, earthy, getting wood notes here, which is pairing incredibly well on the lighter like wood, so like cedar, pairing incredibly well with the rye whiskey. And I'm really enjoying this one. I think I'm a little biased. I was just talking to Working Man Cigars here on Instagram. I might be a little biased again because it has that Colombian Brazilian tobaccos, but this for me might be a box worthy cigar, especially with some even more age on it. I mean, it's already aged additional 2 years on top of everything, but it's just unique blend. I mean, the smell that you get from it, even on the cold draw, really carries through. So it is earthy. There's not I wouldn't say it's extremely complex, but it's balanced, and that creaminess is really nice. So I'm going to continue smoking it, hopefully touch it up here. Again, that's not the fault of the cigar. That was definitely on me here, but yeah, get back to that. Finishing it up here. I'm on that final third, about to hit the band here. It's a little uneven. Touched it up a few times. Again, I think I could have dry boxed this a little longer. I did get a reading on it, and it was on the low 60s at the foot. So I should have checked the cap to see how it was, but yeah, overall super interesting cigar. Never had anything like this. In my opinion, this for me, I would get a box of this and let it age even further. So I think the originals are aged 3 years. I could be wrong. I think this with the additional 2 brings it to 5 years. So I'm curious to see how that would change as well. But super good cigar. For my opinion, this is up my alley. I love earthy cigars. There's a creaminess there that I really don't get much like that in Maduros. It kind of reminds me of, like, if you ever had a really good Connecticut, that creaminess is there, and super smooth. It lingers. I actually had my wife come down and try it because I think she would have enjoyed it, and she said the same thing. Very earthy, well balanced, right? So there's not one flavor jumping at you, but it's just that earthiness, that wood, a little bit of chocolate and coffee. But the creaminess is what really got me on this cigar. And I'm going to continue smoking. I'm going to smoke it through the band here, see how that goes. But overall, I think this is something that everyone should try. So this actually reminded me of a bourbon called Garrison Brothers, who's out in Texas. And what I've found with Garrison Brothers, I love their bourbon, but what I've noticed is people either love it or hate it, and I feel like that's what this is like. So the only way to really know is for you to try it yourself. I love Maduros, I love earthy cigars, but this creaminess has really won me over, and for me, it's a box-worthy cigar. There is pepper there, it's not overpowering. The pepper has definitely intensified, but it's not a cigar that I would retrohale too often, just because it does, especially towards the end here, it does creep up on me, but still get that chocolate and that coffee. Absolutely great. Let me know your thoughts on what you think of this cigar. If you tried it, if you have not, and you do get your hands on it, I definitely recommend it. But I'm going to keep smoking this down, enjoying it. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I hope you're subscribed and join the chat down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.